Hey, what's up everyone? This is TK42155 and I'm finally back with how to modify your Rubies Clone Trooper helmet. Now, in my old review, I was using a crappy camera and everything, and it's been a year now since I put it up and I said I would modify the helmet, but I finally got around to modify it. A bunch of stuff happened. I have a new camera, way better quality, so the film's gonna be better, and I hope to make more prop videos with it. So now I'm just going to show you how to modify your helmet, which in my last review I told you that I'm going to show you how to make the helmet smaller because it's so big, and just something that can fit to your head better, look smaller, and be better if you go to a convention wearing it, to look more like a real replica that you really just got for 30 bucks off eBay or Amazon. So to start off, the first thing you want to use is a Dremel tool and some bondo. First step is a little bit hard to explain because I had it on my old camera, which is the crappy quality one. Now I have this new camera, and then I ended up losing that old footage, so it's probably better that I explain it than you see it on the crappy quality. So I have my old voice changer helmet with me. It's a piece of crap compared to the Rubies when it's all modified and everything. But anyways, I'm going to have to show you what you're going to need to do on the Rubies helmet through the voice changer. So don't get mixed up between the two. I'm just going to tell you on the voice changer where you need to cut on the Rubies with the Dremel tool. And make sure with the Dremel tool you get saw pieces that are made for cutting plastic. Alright, this is the side of the helmet. And as you see, this area right here on the side, and then this area, actually on the Rubies, there's a huge gap about this big, and that's what makes it so long on the side. And as you can see, this one's so small, and that's what you need to do on the Rubies. So basically, you want to get a pencil and draw all the way on each side of the helmet, on the Rubies helmet, not on the voice changer, and you want to get the Dremel tool, and you basically just want to cut all the way up and over the helmet. Once you have the helmet cut into two individual separate pieces, then one of the halves, if it looks a little uneven, anything on the helmet just looks a little lopsided, because the Rubies helmet was made off a mold that was casted and everything and sold. So that's why some of the pieces are just a little off. Then you just want to go ahead and if there's any just pieces sticking out or anything, just go ahead and lop them off with the Dremel saw. Or since it's cut in half, it's more easy to move the helmet, get a blow dryer and blow dry the plastic piece where it is. So once you blow dry the plastic, it starts getting hot. And then you can bend it into what shape you want it to be so it doesn't look lopsided. And then once the helmet cools off, it'll stay in that shape. After you cut the helmet in half, then one of the halves, let's take the back half that has more plastic on it, go ahead and take the back half and then cut another piece of plastic off, eliminating the middle, which you don't need, and then all you need to do is just throw that away. And then you take both of the halves and you put them back together, which you'll see is much more smaller. And then this now is the tricky part. Now you want to make sure the fins on the top part, that's all you need to be worried about, is making sure that the fins are aligned. Then you want to take some duct tape and duct tape the inside so it stays together. Then you want to take your bondo, and you can use anything from just a bondo, like one of those handles with the metal sheet that's for spreading, just anything. Or you can just use a simple gift card off something, just a card, just to take the bondo and put it on and spread it around on the helmet. First thing you want to do is take the credit card with the bondo on it, or whatever you're going to use to scoop up the bondo, and spread it down. Make sure it has a flat surface so you can smooth the bondo on. Is when the helmet's put together, you go along just all the cracks. That's what you have to mainly do, and get in each part of the crack and make sure it's just solid. And then once that you want to wait about another half hour. Then once that hardens, you want to take the duct tape out the inside and then go ahead and put another coat of bondo in the inside so that it's even more stronger. Then you just want to leave it there for another couple hours. And if you're doing this in the middle of the day, you just might want to start it on the next day so it's nice and hard and ready to sand. So that's what you're going to need for the next step. You're going to need an electric sander. Next part, you want to use the electric sander to sand down all the bondo so the bondo is level with the plastic. This makes it look like it wasn't even cut in half and becomes one with the helmet. So once you spray paint it, it's all going to look so much better. And it's just going to look like it's just a replica helmet. And that's what the goal is for the project. So once you get sanding, you just want to mainly just get everything down and level. And if any chips come off the bondo, then you have to go back and re-bondo some areas. So make sure you do that so you can come out with a good outcome. You also want to get some just some regular sandpaper. Get in those just those crevices that you can't get in with the big electric sander. And you can also use the Dremel tool and get a sander tip in to get in those rough edges. Next things you need to get is a razor blade, masking tape, white spray paint, red spray paint, black spray paint. So after you're done sanding all of your helmet down where it all looks really good, next thing you want to get anything with air just to blow off any dust or anything that's on the helmet from sanding the bondo. Then when you want to get your masking tape and go ahead and mask tape the visor and the insides of it. The razor blade really helps with cutting the masking tape because it's covering the lens, and you need to get the razor blade in on the plastic to cut away some excess masking tape so it's not covering the plastic, just the lens. Then not only masking tape the lens, but also get the vents in the front or any areas that you don't want to go back and spray paint yourself, those little parts. Like the bottom of the chin of the helmet, that black part, I put a piece of masking tape there on the visor and on the air vents coming down. And you want to go ahead and take your white spray paint. Then that's when you put on your first coat of white spray paint on the helmet, where it looks a little something like this. And it looks really good when you first get started off. And make sure you just spray paint on anything. I took a PVC pipe and put it in a hay bale and then just put my helmet on top of that so it just stands up and I can just spray paint all of it, which really helped out. Or you can just do whatever. If you find something creative, then just go ahead and spray paint wherever you want to. Once the spray paint dries, then you can go ahead and get the masking tape again, and then you want to, I use red spray paint for my design. I wanted to go with a red or white helmet. So you go ahead and put masking tape on the helmet again to create any lines or anything, or around the lens where you want to spray paint red. And on the top of the helmet, these areas, you can also go ahead and make your own design like I did on my helmet. Now, as you're looking at the helmet right now, it doesn't look like it's all masked because I masked up the parts I needed to mask, like the really parts I needed to mask, and then the outside areas that there probably wouldn't get, where I wouldn't get any red spray paint on the helmet, I just put a paper towel down so that can just cover the majority of the helmet, so I'm not just masking taping the whole thing. So I put down a paper towel there so it covers most of it, so that's the white part you see. Next step is to go ahead and get that red spray paint and go ahead After the red spray paint dries, then you want to go ahead and take off all the masking tape except for what's on the lens, and you can take off the masking tape that's on the vents and the chin piece, and then you just leave what's on the lens, that's all. And then you want to go back ahead, and I just used cardboard, and I got the white spray paint because there was some excess red spray paint that got on parts I didn't want to. So I got cardboard and covered up essential areas and just spray painted white so I could cover up those places. Then you want to get black spray paint and then go ahead and just miss any bondo mess ups that you might have had on the helmet that you didn't sand down, that you didn't see when you started spray painting. go ahead and put some black on it. It'll look like a blaster mark. And just put on some black mist. This gives it the effect of it's been battle damaged and it's been shot at, and it makes it look really cool and just pulls everything together. After you finish all of that, your helmet is done. And now it's just time to look at my finished product. So here you go. Alright, I'm pretty happy with the finished product. It looks pretty good. There's a little bondo mess ups. I wish I went back and sanded down, but I was in a hurry, and it is what it is, and it looks pretty good all in all, and I'm really happy with the finished product of it. So the next thing you want to do is get some Velcro and just get some helmet pads or whatever you can get, and go ahead and put some pads in the helmet and put it in as many as you want, that it just suction cups to your head and just get a comfortable feel. Because when you do buy the Rubies helmet, it does not come with anything inside the helmet, which actually it makes the build a little bit more easier, so you don't have to unscrew anything or take anything out inside the helmet when you have to cut it. Now, for the finished product, which should have been in stores, this is how I wish Rubies would have done it, but this is what I basically came up with, you know. Like this. It's just in the I put it back in the box, so it looks pretty much something that could be sold on shelves as a replica helmet, pretty much. I just don't want to, you know, make my build seem all built big and everything. I don't want to compare it too much to a replica, but it is pretty close, and it's way better than the original. And this is something that would be way better just to go out if you have a costume or costume and wear. And that is just so much more better. And I have the pads inside, and you can go ahead and just slip it on. And that is the end of how to modify your Rubies Clone Trooper helmet, and go ahead and make your own, and just enjoy the stuff that you have and be creative. And I'm hoping to put out some more prop videos coming up, so this time take me much faster. And also this build for this helmet should only take you the weekend, about 3 days tops, if you're going to be doing one of these builds. And just if you can put your mind to it, you can just create whatever you want. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to rate and comment, and also subscribe. Thanks a lot.